rise. It's time to attack the day.
Ron Zerkat kicks off for the black team. Colin Terry.
Well, that was Khalil Barnes' first physical contact in an official capacity, I guess, or unofficially unofficial. It was a little bit more than a tag down, Scott. That was a nice thud from the shoulder.
Maybe they are thudding. We didn't get the instructions on exactly how they're making stops today. From scrimmage now, they'll tackle to the ground. All right, here's the red offense. This is the #1 offense, the red team. Gunnar Stockton at quarterback. First play will be a handoff to Nate Frazier, and he stutter steps straight ahead up the far hash to about the 30-yard line, a gain of 5. Xavier McLeod, big defensive lineman, making the tackle, a former transfer from South Carolina. He's from Camden, South Carolina.
First play from scrimmage, Nate Frazier comes out of that pile hobbling to the sideline.
Oh, that's not what you're looking for.
No, his day's probably over.
Big Elijah Griffin and McLeod, the interior defensive lineman for the black team. Snap back to Stockton. He'll throw it out in the right flat. Set up a screen over on the far side. And the pass is caught by Chauncey Bowens out of the backfield. Bowens, the redshirt sophomore running back.
Chauncey does a great job catching the ball out of the backfield, making a man miss, picking up the first down there. Wearing the new number 5 this year.
Tackled by Cole and Bolden up at the 38-yard line. And Bowens in the backfield with Stockton. Play fake. Gunnar wants to throw. Hangs it up to the near sideline. One-on-one coverage. Going to Canyon and batted away by the transfer from Southern Cal. Braylon Conley breaks it up inside the 30 on this end of the field. Isaiah Canyon, the intended target, the transfer from Georgia Tech. Nice play by Conley that time, Josh.
Yeah, good play by Conley. Good throw by Gunnar. You would love to see Canyon use his big body to go up and high point that football. He had a good opportunity to make a catch over top of the DB's head.
Yeah, 6'4". He is a big body out on the edge. Here's a handoff inside to Dwight Phillips. Got a lot of speed, not a ton of size, and the defense takes advantage of that as he is wrapped up by Quintavious Johnson and slung back in the other direction at the 45-yard line.
Dwight, one of those guys that's been getting a lot of publicity this spring, talking about how explosive he is from the line of scrimmage. Of course, Georgia always harping on explosive plays offensively, and Dwight, with his burst and his speed, man, he can give it to you.
Phillips was the 4th leading rusher on the team, just over 200 yards rushing last year for the Dogs. Bowens in the backfield to the left of Stockton. They'll bring a receiver in motion to the near side, snap it back, play fake, a little bit of confusion. Gunner's going to keep it and run, and he runs right into Josh Horton, one of the big linemen, and he's tagged down right there at the 46, 47-yard line, middle of the field between the hash marks. And it's punt time now for the red offense as the offense comes up short on the first down attempt.
Looked like one of those, here, you take it. No, you take it. No,
yes,
no, you take it.
There was some confusion in the backfield. And then Gunnar tried to make it work. And in real time, and he may have, but you know, he runs into Horton and they blow the whistle. Register to punt it away for the red team, and he gets it to hug the sideline on the far side of the field, bounced around the 22 and then rolled down to the 11. And that's where they spot the football. Not sure well that's where they'll keep it. 43 yards on the punt by Wade Register, 6'3", 220-pound freshman from Irwinton, Georgia. G-Day presented by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. And indeed, they do move the football. They spot it up on the 25-yard line for the Black offense. Quarterbacked by Ryan Puglisi. And Dante Dowdle, a multiple-time transfer in the backfield at running back. Malachi Tolliver, the center, snaps it back to Puglisi. In the pocket, he stands and fires. And a sliding effort is made at the 43, but pass is going to be incomplete. Ethan Barbour, the tight end, tried to slide feet first around the 42 on the near hash. Couldn't come up with a low throw from Puglisi.
Dog fans would have loved that formation, using Barbour to trick the middle of the field there, and had a great option route choice there. Just couldn't quite connect from Puglisi.
They move the tight end Barbour in motion from left to right now. Comes out of the slot. Puglisi nowhere to go with a football, and that'll go down as a sack as he just jumped in behind his offensive line. And there were red shirts and black shirts everywhere near the line of scrimmage, and they blow the whistle, blow the play dead at the 21-yard line. So that's a sack. Nnamdi Ogboko, redshirt sophomore from Durham, North Carolina, whose brother is also on the team this year. Ekene is an offensive lineman.
That grocery bill in that household, Scott. Goodness.
In fact, Ekene is at left tackle right now. Yes, that's a huge tandem. Puglisi's throw out to the left side, caught at the 25-yard line, then knocked around as Jeremy Bell, the redshirt sophomore from Homerville, Georgia. Jamarly Riddle and Jalen Morgan combining on the tackle on the far side of the field for the defense. But the offense is jammed up right there, and they'll have to punt it away on 4th and long, 4th and 9 from the 26-yard line. And this will be Drew Miller to punt it away. No Brett Thorson any longer, the Ray Guy Award winner last season. What a career he had at Georgia. But Miller with a beautiful long punt all the way down to the 19 or 20-yard line. On the right end of the field is caught by Landon Roldan and returned to the near side. And let's see where they spot the football. If they go where the punter was, the punt return man was down, or if they just spot it on the 25 and go from there.
Appears like they're spotting it on the 25 and go from there, Scott. That may be the way the majority of this game works out until they want to work on a deep minus situation, having the offense come out of the goal line.
Miller's punt was 44 yards that time. The return was 7. So 1st and 10 on the 25. And we'll go with an empty set in this formation for Gunnar Stockton. Cortez Smith, the center, snaps it back. Long wide throw to the right side, caught down the line at the 30 by Canyon. Isaiah Canyon tackled immediately by Rayshawn Dinkins, the safety, and Jonte Gilbert on the far side of the field. But he got 9 yards out of that, up to the 34-yard line.
Good looking quick throw there from Gunnar to the boundary, brings up 2nd and short.
We've got Phillips in the backfield. We'll keep an eye on whether or not Nate Frazier will come back in. Apparently dinged up very early here. In G-Day, they hand it to Peanut that time. Phillips, he angles to the right near the hash and is stacked up there by a trio of defensive linemen led by Big Horton, who looks like Josh Horton, the transfer from Miami. Josh looks like he's added a little bit of size. He's added last year.
Absolutely added some weight, but also too has kept that strength. He has really given the right side of that offensive line all they can handle so far early on. Then he goes out, and in comes Elijah Griffin, and it doesn't get any easier.
That's good for Georgia. Here's a toss to Phillips, breaks the tackle at the 35, angles outside the numbers into the boundary now, and chased out on the near sideline and by team territory at the 49. He broke the tackle from Dinkins before being forced into the boundary by Zion Branch. Let's go down to the shot from the sidelines.
Hey, Phil, we just saw Peanut our man there break a big tackle, Phillips there. Talking to a bunch of guys down here, they said he did a lot of things in the offseason to get a little bit bigger, get 10 pounds, a little bit more muscle. Said he wanted to break more tackles. Josh, you mentioned he has had a really big, explosive spring. They enjoyed that about him, and that's what he wants to add to this offense.
Stockton completing a long throw down to the black 20 and a couple of more yards to the 16 before Braylon Conley makes the tackle on Craig Dandridge, one of the highly touted freshman receivers. 6'1", 185 from Memphis.
And that's when spring game benefits you. That would have been a sack most likely in any other game. Chase Linton with good pressure around. Excuse me, Joseph Jonah Ajonye with good pressure around there.
Dandridge is from Milton, Georgia. Excuse me, I said Memphis. Wrong hometown, wrong state. Handoff Stockton to Bowens, who spins at the 25, angling to the near side, and the defense stretched it out close to the sideline there, crowded it up pretty good. JJA with another stop for the team in black. And he makes the tackle at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, Chase Linton there too, and Xavier McLeod hustling from the hash line, hash marks all the way to the outside of the numbers. I know that is a point of emphasis always with defensive line coaches, but especially Coach Scott this year with that defensive unit. Let's pursue down the line. Xavier doing a great job of that.
Second down on the black 12 for the red offense. Handoff Bowens, slams on the brake. It says he angles right, tries to avoid Chris Cole, but Georgia's veteran linebacker from Salem, Virginia, makes the tackle as Bowens kind of lost his traction when he tried to stop and change directions. He slid a little bit at the 11, and that gave Cole an opportunity to just make the stop right there.
It's an oh crap moment when your running back loses his footing, and all of a sudden here comes your big linebacker coming to kill you.
Dwight Phillips in the backfield now for the red offense. Gunnar Stockton at quarterback. 4 receivers in this formation, 2 to each side. Big tight end Elias Williams in the slot to the near side. Snap it back to Gunnar in the pocket, surrounded. Now he's forced out to the right side and tagged down in the vicinity of the 10, the 9, the 8 is where they'll spot it. Looked like they touched him around the 10 as he crossed over that line. They'll spot it at the 8. Terrell Foster, the linebacker, senior from Kennesaw, Georgia.
And again, you had good pressure around Juan Gaston that time, the opposite side of Georgia's offensive line. Chris Cole with a really good pass rush. He's probably fussing and arguing for a sack on that one also.
Does that go on during the spring game?
Oh, 100%. Give me my sack. Come on.
We're going to try a field goal here on 4th down. Peyton Woodring, the veteran all-star from the 16-yard line. Far hash kicking left into the west stands. And Gunnar to hold it, and Will Snellings to snap it. And the execution is perfect. Field goal is good by Peyton Woodring. We've said that a lot in his career. And they'll take a little bit of a timeout as the red team gets on the board. We take a break as well. All right, let's take it along. 3-0. Points on the board in the G-Day game here in Athens.
Conference champion and coach of the year was just named head coach earlier this month. Let's give a big Bulldog welcome to Coach Gazzardo.
We know a thing or two about saving energy. We understand the energy costs are an important part of your lifestyle. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and systems that can help make a difference. So you can save your energy. Visit GeorgiaPower.com/MyEnergy to learn more.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Let's go places. Lease a new 2026 Toyota Tundra and Shark for $439 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through May 2026. Policies will include credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. 5438 to its site. No security deposit with select equipment. 350 disposition fee. Excludes tax tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
football at Sanford Stadium. That's where we are for the G-Day game. 3-0. The red team just put points on the board with a 26-yard field goal by Peyton Woodring. And he'll kick off from right to left as he delivers that one through the end zone. They'll return it with Talon Taylor. Got in behind the wedge, up the near hash, and they blow it dead as he crosses the 25-yard line. It's
magically tackled.
It's not 100% live on the kickoff return. So they'll spot the ball down for the black team. They got to get going on offense. Only 1 yard of offense so far for the black team.
Stuffed up front, mostly.
Ryan Montgomery this time, Josh, will come in at quarterback.
We've heard a lot about him this year. So far this spring, done a lot of good things. You hear a good positive report on him pretty much every practice note.
They'll work from left to right here. Throw it out to the tight end Prothro on the right side. He'll grab his leg at the 25-yard line, and he kind of hops to the sideline to fall out of bounds around the 27 or so. Tyreek Green, he's got a lot of publicity this spring. He's freshman from Atlanta area. Well, he's kind of a 60-minute man.
He is, absolutely. Just showed you why, too. Breaking a one-on-one block and getting the tackle on open field.
Montgomery to throw on an angle. Again, I think it's Prothro, yeah, the freshman tight end from Bowman, Georgia, coming in from the left angle. Complete at the 34-yard line and tackled by Jalen Morgan. It's a redshirt freshman defensive back from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, tackled at the 34. So Montgomery with a couple of pass completions to their big freshman tight end, Prothro.
Well, and you would have loved to see Prothro too there. He caught the ball near the sticks and just get that ball vertical, young man, and get across and get you a pivotal first down.
Montgomery, high snap, toss, sweep, dropped by Bo Walker. He turns and falls on it, put his body right on top of the football after he mishandled the toss to the left at the 29, so they lose yardage on the play.
And that's why they call it a game of inches, Scott. You get that completion right near the sticks, and you don't get north and south to get that ball across the yard to gain, and then the very next play, a pitch to the left was a little bit behind the running back, and here you are punting the football.
We'll check in with Shock down on the sidelines. DJ?
Hey, fellas, just saw Nate Frazier. Asked him how he was doing. Got the ankle retaped. Said he was doing all right. Looked like he was trying to go back in. We'll see if he ends up going back. But good signs is he was down here trotting, running around a little bit, trying to get it loose. So doesn't seem too serious right now. So hopefully he'll get back out there to go.
All right, Shock, thank you. That is good news. Doesn't need to if he doesn't have to, right?
Selfishly, I kind of hope he doesn't, but I'm glad that he's trying to get back out there. And speaking of guys getting out there, Josh Jackson's going to be in at that right tackle position. That was going to move Juan Gaston in. I saw Jaden Riddell come out, and also too Elias Williams come out this drive for the red team.
37-yard punt by Drew Miller. Dandridge was the punt return man, called a fair catch. And the red team back on the field on offense now, leading 3-0. That's the only points in the game. Kirby Smart walking with the headphones, the headset on, and the transmission pack on his hip behind the offensive team. There's a long, deep, high throw by Gunnar Stockton, going to be caught out of bounds on the far sideline inside the 30-yard line. That thing hung up there forever. He was going deep down the far sideline to the freshman Dandridge. I think Georgia's going to be looking for good things from him this year.
He sure is. I liked rolling the pocket there, but what I liked more than anything was Jonte Gilbert's positioning. So many times on those deep balls last year, Georgia's secondary guys would recover at the last minute and get a pass interference call. Gilbert just rode Dandridge out of bounds the entire way down the far sideline. Great job there by him.
Second down from the 32. Running play with Bowens breaking tackles, bouncing outside. Wow, spinning and just busting loose in black jerseys, trying to grab him to the ground, and he pushes that football all the way up to the black 49-yard line. Gain of 19 on the run by Chauncey Bowens, breaking tackles. Tavius Johnson couldn't get him down. Rayshawn Dinkins, KJ Bolden took them all to get him on the turf at the 49. There's a quick throw by Stockton and a blitz by the black team. Stockton backpedaling and just unloading the football. Terrell Foster came in and got in Gunner's face that time, forced him to release it a little bit before he wanted to, and it's a long incomplete pass down the near sideline.
Good coverage everywhere. Braylon Conley downfield on Talon Taylor. Then, of course, you had K.J. Bolden in coverage, and Quintavious Johnson even was able to pick up Chauncey Bowens coming out of the backfield. Nowhere to go.
Where's Georgia's production going to come from in the receiving core? We talked a little bit about it before the scrimmage started today. We've lost six of our top 7 receivers from last year. The #1 returning receiver is London Humphreys with his 18 catches. This pass goes to Dwight Phillips, and he's tackled on the far sideline and comes up a little bit lame, kind of holding his left shoulder dangling a little bit. Rayshawn Dinkins made the tackle at the 30 on the far side of the field. Now Chauncey Bowen's going to check back in. So Frazier's been shaken up, and now Phillips is shaken up a little bit, and he's trying to shake it off from an apparent arm or shoulder injury on the left side of his body.
Deep running back room just got real shallow real quick.
No kidding. Take it easy. Hand off to Bowens. Straight ahead, nothing there. Bounces out right. Chased down immediately by Quintavious Johnson, who changes his jersey number from 33 to 3 this year. So he removed one of the 3s. Made him a little bit faster, apparently. He made the tackle at the 32.
Well, so far, this #1 black defense, that front 7 is owning the #1 red offensive line at the moment.
You've got Cortez Smith and Zakai Helton on the left side, and Ernest Green is the veteran tackle on the left side of the line. Now the whistle blows and the quarter comes to an end. First quarter in the books here at G-Day here in Athens. Great day. Weather is perfect, and the score is 3-0, the Red leading. We'll take a break, come back for more of today's scrimmage right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Please welcome members of the 2025 Georgia football senior class, the back-to-back SEC champion senior class. This group had 51 wins and was 25-1 at home since 2022. The seniors had 6 postseason wins, including 3 SEC championships, the College Football Playoff Semifinal Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, and the CFP National Championship during the 2022 season, the 2023 Capital One Orange Bowl, and appearances in the 2025 and 2026 CFP quarterfinals. Please direct your attention to the video board as the Dogs reveal their 2025 SEC championship rings. How about the Dogs?
Here we go. Red team moving to our right on the black 32-yard line. And they run a jet sweep to Jaden Riddell, the tight end, sweeping wide to the left side. And he's got a lot of running room and a little bit of an escort. And they chase him out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Riddell getting into a little, looking like Brock Bowers there, taking the jet sweep.
Jet sweep to a tight end. You don't hear that often. They had Elias Williams with a really good block on that side. So does Landon Roldan, giving him some room to run on that left side.
Into the red zone and a little bit deeper there at the 9-yard line. 1st and 10, 1st and goal for the Red offense. The Red team leads 3-0. 26-yard field goal, the only scoring. Handoff Bowens. Runs it on an angle to the right, runs right into the back of C.J. Wiley, the receiver who was blocking on the right side, then bounces away to his left. And And the black defense able to converge on Bowens, get him on the ground after about a 1.5-yard gain, close to the 7. Elijah Griffin jamming up the works there, the big sophomore defensive lineman from Pooler, Georgia, 6'4", 310.
CJ's going to be giving Chauncey the what have you when they get to the sideline. It's like, come on, bro. You can't run into the back of me like that.
That's right.
That hurts.
That's why they wear the pads all the way down to their waist and beyond. Play fake Gunner going to dump it into the end zone and caught for a touchdown. Riddell, the tight end. He's getting a lot of work on that series. Yeah, Jaden Riddell, the redshirt sophomore, with a touchdown catch about 7 yards out.
Quick slant. Love to see that. Use the big body the right way. Jalen Riddell, get yourself inside positioning on the secondary. And also, too, good job by Gunner. Last year, we didn't see it. We saw him be reluctant to throw that pass, reaching up over top of that defensive line to throw the ball, afraid it would get batted down. But good read by Gunner. Good route by Jalen.
Riddell from Raymore, Missouri, had 1 touchdown catch last season. Now he's got one here in the G-Day game. The extra point try is good by Peyton Woodring. He's never missed, by the way, in real live game action on an extra point.
Real careful to say that until after he makes it, right?
And praying the next end of the spring game. I don't think any kind of warranted jinx, transfers to the season when you're 5-6 months away. The Georgia Bulldogs Football Radio Network is brought to you by Georgia Power. We're here for the win. I guarantee we get the win today. Georgia Power is here for you. Just into the second quarter, and the red team adding its first touchdown of the game to make it 10-0 over the black. The red team is the #1 offense, the black team the #1 defense today, and then they mix and match from there. You got Kirby Smart on the field, overseeing everything today in this controlled scrimmage. Good crowd on hand, all of the seating in the lower bowl here at Sanford Stadium, and a great day for it. Kickoff from left to right by Woodring. He's going to nail this one towards the back left corner of the end zone. They'll run it out from the goal line. And it's not a live play on the kick return. Dwight Phillips back in, so apparently the shoulder is all right. Maybe just a little stinger earlier as he was shaken up, but he angles out of bounds on the far side of the field around the 25-yard line. And we'll see where they start this offensive series for the black. They'll put it on the 30 on the far hash. Black team moving to our left.
Montgomery in at quarterback. Muddle huddle.
Under center. Handoff on the jet sweep. Montgomery falls down, and the jet sweep goes to the sweeper, Jeremy Bell, who got to the corner quickly and up the sideline, but there's a flag back at the 30-yard line. Bell running that ball all the way now deep into red territory. Out of bounds near the 20. Todd Robinson making the stop, but let's check the penalty marker back at the 34-yard line. Montgomery had some difficulty on the jet sweep hand.
Holding. Offense, number 87. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second down.
Montgomery, he got stepped on as he was coming out from under center. Nowhere to go.
Except down to the turf, which is what he did. The holding call was on Lincoln Keys, a freshman tight end for the black team. Down in distance, says second down and 10 now as they'll play from there. Montgomery to throw, and he hits his target at the 35, 36-yard line. Throws to the right. Ethan Barbour, the tight end, tackled by the linebacker Nick Abrams and the cornerback Jalen Morgan, freshman and a redshirt freshman.
Montgomery putting that in a tight spot, but honestly he held on to it just a little bit long to make that throw even more difficult. Love to see him let it go sooner and give Barbour time to run.
Got about 8 on the throw. It's 3rd and 2 for Montgomery, who's in the shotgun. They send a man in motion, Walker to the right, and a quick throw to the slot man again. They go to the tight end Barbour. This time it's broken up again by Nick Abrams, the freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, in there to break up the short pass play and bring up 4th down.
It's not almost the exact same play. A little bit of different backfield action with Bo Walker running out toward the right boundary. Georgia's defense, particularly Abrams, read that one right from the snap.
And Josh and Shock, Georgia has an interesting group of tight ends. A lot of hybrid guys. I mean, you know, you put them in the slot out there. It's not like the traditional tight end into the line of scrimmage blocking in the running game all the time. These guys can go out wide and line up at receiving positions.
And fellas, here's one thing to add. I was down there talking to Coach Bobo, and I asked him, where do you have pro throw? Because a lot of people talk about playing tight end. Obviously, that's what he came in for. He said right now they got him listed as a receiver, so he's going to be playing more receiver than tight end. So interesting to know when you mention that they got a lot of guys who are, yes, tweeners, but they're athletic enough to be put on the perimeter and play receiver like a Caden Prothro is right now.
Yeah, and then you run a jet sweep with Jaden Riddell. And you know the other thing is we know Lawson, Lucky, and Williams, and of course on that jet sweep, Elias had a good block. They also love blocking. You can put them on the end of the line and do the traditional tight end stuff also.
Red team has the football back down at its own 20, left end of the field. Puglisi quarterbacking the red now, and they'll hand it off to Bowens as he runs it right tackle and is stopped at the 24-yard line. Gain of 4. Justin Williams, the linebacker, on the stop.
Other than that jet sweep, or the 2 jet sweeps that we've had, rushing yardage has been hard to come by.
Yeah, the jet sweep by Riddell, the longest run today of 23 yards. The next longest rush is 8 by Dwight Phillips. Shotgun for Puglisi, play fake, and he runs out of the pocket to the left. Defense is saying, I tagged him. That's Griffin holding up his hand. I tagged him. He's a sack for me.
I guarantee he's fussing at that side judge too, because no, man, I sacked him back here on the 22. He didn't make the 25. Hey, but Scott, you talked about the hybridization of our tight ends. You just saw it on that previous play. You had Elias Williams line up wide as a wideout outside of the numbers, motion inside right next to the hash, but then run a boundary route, and that was where Puglisi was trying to go with the ball. Good coverage by the black defense, but that just shows you the versatility of those guys.
3rd and 5 from the 25 now for the red offense. Puglisi, the quarterback. He had 3 receivers to the left for a moment. They moved 1. Pass batted at the line of scrimmage, high in the air, going to come down incomplete on the turf. Who got a piece of that one? McLeod batted that ball up in the air. Quintavious Johnson was the closest player to it when it landed for the defense.
Well, it's a good thing that ball got batted down. I believe Zion Branch ran the route better than the receiver did that time. He was inside the receiver. That ball would have went right into the wickets at number 2.
4th down for the red, and Wade Register on to punt it away. Freshman from Irwinton, Georgia, right-footed kicker, and he booms this one near the right sideline, and it's caught going out of bounds around the 25-yard line by, who was that?
I think it was Tyreek Green.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, and he made a circus catch on the sidelines. Guarantee you his coaches are going to be able to let that one go, bud.
49 yards on the punt by Register. Good kick.
Yeah.
And no return.
From Irwinton. There are not many things to do in Irwinton other than punt the football and play sports, I'm guessing. Very small town. Love it. My aunt's from there. That's why I can make fun of it.
You'll get a lot of emails from our friends in Irwinton now. Hey, there's this to do too. All right, the black team will start from the 25-yard line. Pressure on Montgomery off his back foot. He jump in the air and throw it as he had a man rushing right in his face, and that was Isaiah Gibson almost getting to the quarterback, and he may be claiming he did. And the pass is incomplete on the right. Was it incomplete?
It was incomplete.
Okay, I was watching the quarterback and just assumed. So 2nd and 10. Montgomery in the shotgun, tosses it to his left, and they'll run it up. Breaking through is Dowdle, Dante Dowdle, and then he destroys the final man in his way at the 50-yard line. They never got him to the ground. They got him out of bounds, but not on the turf. Daniel Okonkwo is the guy he kind of stiff-armed to the turf at the 50 before going out of bounds. And Dowdle is he's an interesting story. He's a senior from Picayune, Mississippi. This is his 4th school. He started at Oregon, went to Nebraska, came here from Kentucky. So he's making a trek through the SEC now, Kentucky and Georgia. Glad to have him here in Athens this season.
Yeah, very violent runner. We watched him a lot last year. Tyreek Jennison, big lineman out in front too.
Jeremy Bell making a catch in front of the red sideline on the near side of the field at the 45. Preston Carey, defensive lineman, a freshman from Bradenton, Florida, on the stop. Second down and 6 for the black offense. Trying to get on the board here. 10-0. The red team has all the points so far. And the black team will run it with Bo Walker right up the near hash from right to left to the 40. Jammed up there by Elijah Littlejohn, freshman inside linebacker from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Littlejohn did an awesome job, absolutely planting the offensive lineman back in the hole, shedding him and making the tackle.
Third down play coming up. 7:45 to go in the second quarter here at G-Day. Hand off to Walker again. He angles to the near side, and coming in from behind to make the tackle on the red defense is A.J. Lunnan, local product from Clark Central High School here in Athens, a 6'2" freshman.
Littlejohn just did the exact same thing on the very next play. He stuffed 2 offensive linemen that time, and that slowed the running back down just long enough for Lunnan to get that down the line pursuit.
Lunnan with a nice down the line from the backside tackle at the 40-yard line. Fourth down and a couple. Offense stays out there to run the play on fourth down. Kirby Smart watching from about 10 yards behind the offense. Montgomery in the shotgun all day to throw out of the pocket. Now he rolls to the right, looking downfield, being chased, and the pass is broken up. Far sideline, trying to go to Will Taylor at the 30. But the pass is broken up by Blake Stewart, freshman safety from Atlanta. So it goes over on downs as the black team, or the red, the black offense there fails to convert.
Yeah. First look at a true scramble drill there. Good job staying attached to your receivers by the secondary. Good job by your offensive line, giving plenty of time to throw the football, just nowhere to go.
A lot of protection there for Montgomery that finally rolls out to the right and unable to pick up the first down. So the red offense now 1st and 10 on the 35 with Puglisi at quarterback under center. They bring a man in motion. Play fake to Phillips. Bootleg to the right. The throw is broken up by Chase Linton, the outside linebacker, who was about 3 yards right in front of Puglisi. Just reached an arm up there and batted the ball down incomplete. Never had a chance to reach its target.
It's like last year, watching our guys pursue. C.J. Allen running so fast in pursuit, which, by the way, that we saw that 4.340 that he ran at the combine in Indianapolis live on the field a lot. But how unfair is it that a guy like Chase Linton, that big, that long, with that length, been able to time that pass up perfectly and get it batted down? Just envious, Scott.
You don't have those kind of moves anymore?
No, I don't.
Puglisi to throw. He's got time. Hangs it up far sideline, overshoots his man, trying to throw it deep down the far sideline for C.J. Wiley, covered by Gentry Williams, the transfer from Oklahoma. The throw overshot everybody over there and landed out of bounds incomplete.
Well, again, the thing that I've seen so far in this game is our corners especially have done a great job in coverage, whereas last year we would have grabbed a hold or done something to get a flag thrown. Not so far in this spring game. Good work this offseason.
Bowens in the backfield with Puglisi. They want to throw again. Same spot, same play. This time Talon Taylor rotates, turns, faces the ball, makes a two-handed catch, and then out of bounds at the black team 33-yard line. Nice adjustment by Taylor, and Gentry Williams this time was still defending the play, but this time Talon Taylor able to make the catch on him for a sizable gain into black territory.
That's how it happens, right? You give him a compliment, and the next thing you know, he doesn't get his head around when the ball throws. Great throw by Puglisi, too, right over top of his head.
Picked up 32 yards on the pass completion. Puglisi under center, 1st and 10. They hand it off to Phillips, and he fights off one tackler in the backfield and then over the line of scrimmage and stopped at the 30 by Griffin and Chase Linton. The outside linebacker picked up about 4 yards on the carry. Phillips and the red team on the move again. They lead 10-0. Field goal by Woodring, and then a 7-yard touchdown reception by Riddell. That's all the scoring today. Puglisi under the center. Cortez Smith is at that position. Handed off to Phillips, trying to bounce out to the left, gets the corner sideline. They blow the whistle.
White jersey on the DB, said that he was there. He's probably not allowed to go make full contact. Blow it dead. Although I don't believe he would have gotten Peanut Tillman down in that open space one-on-one situation.
Yeah, I'm questioning that too. That was Gentry Williams. So the lineman back on that side of the field.
So your lineman won all these sacks. Now Peanut's like, no, man, that was my touchdown. Come on.
Yeah, it looked like he turned the corner pretty good there, but they blew the play dead anyway. At the 30. So we got a 3rd down situation now for the offense. Riddell in motion to the left. Puglisi handoff to Bowens. Fights off a man on the corner, tight ropes the sideline, and then a collision downfield inside the 15 with Dinkins bumped out of bounds. Terrell Foster couldn't make the tackle. Bowens is a tackle breaker.
He's a machine. And again, he's going to fuss because they took some yards off his too, because there was a no contact. They blew that play dead at the 20, and he easily made it down inside the 15.
And that might be Kirby controlling where they down in distance and
adversity.
All that.
Adversity, Scott.
That's all right. We want to work on this one from the 20. Okay, it's 1st and 10 on the red zone at the 20, and Puglisi will take the snap out of the shotgun. A play fake to Phillips, and he'll throw it to the big tight end Elias Williams, who's tumbled to the turf near the numbers on the right side of the field at the 18-yard line by Zach Fort, a freshman from Long Beach, California. Let's check in with Shock on the sidelines. DJ, what's happening down there?
Fellas, we saw 3 straight runs of that left side of the offensive line, and Josh mentioned it when we started the game. You got Vaughn Gaston over there. You got Zaki Helton. A lot of people talked a lot about Helton. I talked to a couple guys down here about him on the staff and said he could easily be the best player on the field. Not just best lineman, but the best player on the field. Had a lot of success. This guy's been holding his own during spring.
Working with the ones here, which is a rare feat for a lineman that's only been on campus for a handful of weeks. Zakai Helton is certainly making his mark. Red offense runs a bootleg with Puglisi. They pass it up ahead to Riddell, who tight ropes the near sideline. They get him inside the 5 and down to about the 3-yard line. And a timeout on the field here, getting late in the quarter. 1:54 to go before half. Let's take a break. Red team leading 10-0 here at G-Day on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it.
Expecting equipment and strengthening the grid. And when outages hit, they're ready. Working rain or shine to restore power to safety and unity. Georgia Power and that dedication is our performance. So this month, Georgia Power and UGA football came together, celebrating our line workers with the size of alternative and teamwork, competition, and a lot of pride. From the sidelines to the end zone, the flag football tournament was honored the grit, camaraderie, and dedication that define our line workers every day. Today, we say thank you to those line workers who power our communities every day. Georgia Power, the official energy partner of UGA Athletics.
Puglisi will hand it off to Phillips. Phillips. He fights for yardage right up the hash, and the black defense going to stop him short of the goal line. So Phillips got a little more than one, but he needed two, and they spot the ball just inside the 1 yard line. And red team will use another timeout. Joseph Ajonia and Chris Cole were the defensive guys that stopped Phillips from breaking the plane.
Yeah, timeouts. Mike Bobo must be the head coach of the red team, and that's why he got that timeout. Shock, I don't remember timeouts in the spring game. Do you? Not like that.
I think you just make it up as you go along. Do what you want to do, right? All right, from the 1, handed off to Phillips again. Oh, knocked down from behind, but he's able to spin around and fall in back first over the goal line to get the touchdown. Zach Fort, the freshman, came down the line from the opposite side and made contact with Phillips to spin him around, causing him to fall into the end zone on his back, but he got the score anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Fort couldn't do it any better on 2 exact plays back-to-back, but you know that's just kind of an inevitable thing there that Dwight was getting in the end zone too close to keep him out there.
So Phillips with a 1-yard touchdown, and the point after try for the red. Peyton Woodring out of the hold of Gunnar Stockton. Cleans up the snap off the turf, places it down, and Woodring puts it up and through. So it's 17-0 now, the red team leading. With 1:31 to go before halftime here at G-Day. Some of the numbers so far: Stockton 4 out of 7 throwing the football for 68 yards and a touchdown. Montgomery 4 of 6 for 21 yards. Puglisi's quarterback for the red and the black. For the black team, he might be throwing the game there. He's 1 for 2 for 5 yards. But for the red team, he's 3 for 6 with 50. So moving guys around, working them on both sides, at least the quarterbacks anyway. Leading rusher so far today is Bowens, 7 carries for 38 yards, and that's for both teams. The leading receiver is Riddell, 2 catches for 23 yards and a touchdown. He's also got a rush of 23 yards on a jet sweep. Black offense going quick. They're running a 2-minute drill here in the last 2 minutes of the half. And Montgomery operating at quarterback. Quick throw out to the right. Flat is caught going out of bounds. On the far side of the field is Ethan Barbour, the tight end.
Now they'll try to go score. You got a good first down play with a swing pass to Dwight Phillips out of the backfield to the right side, and then pick up the first down with Barbour and get out of bounds. Now all the time in the world. 1:13 to go.
Black team up on their own 47-yard line. Ball's on the far hash. They're moving towards the west end zone. Ryan Montgomery trying to engineer a 2-minute drive here before halftime. Pressure up the middle. They slow down, and Montgomery throws it overthrown and intercepted by the red defense. Todd Robinson picks off the overthrow. They were trying to go to Ethan Barbour and just missed him by about a foot or so, and there's Todd Robinson to pick it and go the other way, and that ends the threat with 1:03 to go here in the second quarter.
Ryan let that one float on him just a little bit too much air underneath that in the middle of the field. Todd Robinson just playing a good center field. Comes over and gets the pick.
So now the red offense has a chance to work some late quarter magic with 63 seconds to go. No doubt we'll see them go into the 2-minute drill, or 1-minute drill, if you will.
Gunner
from their 37.
Yeah, Gunner back in at quarterback.
Dandridge in motion to the left. Bowens in the backfield with Gunner. Going to throw it to Dandridge, the motion man. Quick out to the left, caught, and out of bounds at the 44. Well, they're going to spot it at the 45-yard line. Terrell Foster, the linebacker, chasing him out there. Clock stops with 59 seconds to go in the quarter. Red team huddles. And sends 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bowens in the backfield and Stockton in the shotgun. Cortez snap back to Gunner. Time to throw. Deep ball, right sideline. One-on-one coverage off the fingertips at the 20 and incomplete. as they tried to go to Dandridge again.
Yeah, smart by Gunner, too. He realized that he got the defensive line to jump off sides, took advantage of the free play. Dandridge with a great job, too. I mean, the way he positioned his body not to push off.
81, 5-yard penalty, results in a first down.
So throwing to 81, and it was 81 that was offside. That was Josh Horton.
For a freshman, the ability to be able to use your body to give yourself space on the sideline, that just shows you a high level of skill and why he was such a very sought after recruit as a wide receiver.
Ball's on the 50 now for the Red offense. 1st and 10 with 53 seconds to go. Walter Blanchard in motion to the left side. Play fake to Bowens. Gunner with time throws it over the middle, and Blanchard makes a diving catch at the 37-yard line. I think he fell down on the football. He's kind of pointing to his right shoulder, shaking up a little bit. Jonte Gilbert, the corner, makes the tackle. Now Blanchard's going to come out of the game.
Jonte Gilbert just couldn't have had better coverage, Scott. There was just a very well thrown ball upfield. Looks like they're going to bring it back, though, for something.
Red. Their second half. Be 30 seconds.
They bring the ball back to the 42-yard line of the Red.
It's Kirby. It's Kirby's penalty.
I didn't catch.
No, I think it's just Kirby.
For that.
I think it's just Kirby bringing it back. They didn't.
Oh, a sack. Okay, Shock is telling us they called a sack back there. Oh.
Called a sack. Those fictitious sacks.
All right, so the Red team will have Justin Green got the invisible sack. The Red now 2nd and long on their own 42-yard line. Put them in another stressful situation here. Stockton the quarterback. They bring in Phillips from the edge. Now send him in motion to the right out of the backfield. Gunner to throw. Back shoulder throw is incomplete. Trying to go to C.J. Wiley, sophomore receiver from Baton Rouge. And C.J. couldn't stop his route in time and spin around and find where the ball was.
Well, no, Scott, that was an intentional back shoulder fade. You had Peanut start out to the left side, and as he motions in, the guy that that's head up over him moves in with him. That lets you know that you're going to have man coverage on the outside. That's a back shoulder throw on purpose. It just needs to be thrown in a better spot to give your receiver an opportunity to catch it.
You got Wiley out left again, and 2 receivers to the right for Gunner. Phillips in the backfield. They work out of the shotgun. Snap back, time to throw. Gunner fires and juggled and dropped at the black 49 by Dandridge this time, covered by Braylon Conley, redshirt sophomore transfer from Houston, Texas, transferred from Southern Cal. Pass is incomplete near midfield. And that'll bring up 4th down. 38 seconds to go, and here comes the punt unit. We're in the 2nd quarter. The Red with 17 points. The Black has a goose egg on the scoreboard. And this will be Mr. Register punting again. Wade Register, the freshman. Nice high, long, hanging punt. Oops. It's fumbled inside the 15-yard line. Going to bounce on the turf and roll through the end zone without being recovered.
I feel like they recovered it, but I don't know if the referees are like, wait a second, if this was a real game, this would be
got it. Yeah, you're right.
The referees, if this was a real game, this would be what we would do. Let's defer to the head official, Kirby Smart, to see what he wants to do.
Return man tried to catch it up high, it looked like. And that was Tyreek Green. Had it bounce off his hands at the 12 and into the end zone.
Didn't happen. You didn't see it.
28 seconds to go in the half. Black team has the ball back. They'll start at their own 35. And this is Hezekiah Millender at quarterback now. From Arizona, but played his senior season of high school ball at Clark Central High School here in Athens. First pass is complete up to the 39-yard line.
Timeout.
And Nick Abrams will make the stop on defense. We'll use the G-Day timeouts. as we run the late quarter drill here, trying to get the offense up and down the field, get them into scoring position. 22 seconds to go. Ball's on the 39 of the black team, moving to our left. Millender throw, and nice catch on the far sideline by Ethan Barbour, the tight end. Had double coverage over there, and Barbour able to get in position, make the catch right in his gut at the 39-yard line. Tackled by Terrence Pinnock, the outside linebacker.
Really good throw by Millender.
Hezekiah out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, slings it quickly to the right, going to Barbour again. This time he short hopped his target. Incomplete at the 38-yard line or so. That'll stop the clock with 14 seconds left now in the half. 2nd and 10 coming up for the black team. They're on the red 41-yard line at the moment.
Scott, you described Millender's pass delivery perfectly. Slings it.
He's kind of got it's not a full over the shoulder release. It's kind of a
sidearm shortstop almost.
Kind of a sidearm release. Snap it back. Hezekiah will unload again, this time going for pro throw. Another tight end target, and it's incomplete at the 25-yard line. Nick Abrams again in the neighborhood to help break up that pass.
Not a terrible spot for the football. Pro throw's got to catch that.
Ball's at the 41 of the red. The black team with 10 seconds to work with here. Try to get in some kind of scoring position. Kirby talks with his quarterback Hezekiah Millender now before they snap the ball. Bo Walker in the backfield to his left. Snap into the shotgun, stands in the pocket, slings it straight down the hash, middle of the field, and incomplete. Barbour was sprinting to try to catch up to that football, but it overshot everybody around the 9 or the 8-yard line. Incomplete, and 6 seconds remain.
I think it was A.J. Crua with the pressure on Millender. I couldn't quite catch the number, but I know that he was rushing around the outside of Boko.
Now they'll put the ball on the 30 and we'll try a field goal for the black team. And this will be Connor Ferguson, a redshirt freshman, to kick it from the 38. A 48-yard try on the far hash, kicking left. The snap, the hold, the kick in the air towards the uprights, and no good. Missed it to the right. And that's the end of the half. Oh, that was Zurakat. Haran Zurakat, not Ferguson, excuse me. It was 99, not 98. That's the first half of play is complete. We'll have a 12-minute halftime. And we'll get some quick comments with Coach Smart here before they go into the locker room. He's discussing things on the field with some staff members at the moment. And Shock is in the vicinity, and we'll see if we can get some comments with DJ and Kirby Smart. They still got the kickers out on the field right now, and they may do some extra work here during halftime. And we'll catch up with the coach here in just a second. Shock ready to go. Yeah, let's go down to DJ. DJ, down to you, bud.
All right. Here, coach talking to him right now.
Yeah, they're going to continue to let the kickers
all right, Coach,
go through some drills.
A lot of good, a lot of bad in that first half, but would you say the physicality is where you wanted to be, especially in the third scrimmage?
No, the physicality is we're not running the ball. We're not trying to run the ball. So I can't say the physicality is where I want it to be. The timing in the passing game, it's windy down here. We're getting 20-mile-an-hour gusts. So black team struggling to throw the ball and catch the ball and get synced. Thought Gunner had a couple good drives, made a couple good plays on the perimeter. We had one real long drive, but to be honest with you, it's been out of rhythm for the black offense, which has been frustrating.
As you get into the second half, what do you want to see, or what do you want to see get better from this team going in the second half?
I need to see quarterbacks play, make good decisions, and make some plays there.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Scott.
All right, Shock, thank you. Words from Coach Kirby Smart. The kickers continue to work. We're at halftime, G-Day. And what is it, 17-0? The red has all the points, the red leading the black. And we'll come back with Hondo right after this. Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
fans, it's time for the punt, pass, and kick challenge. Meeting today are Caleb, Noah, and Davis. Caleb will start at the eastern zone goal line and punt ball as far as possible. Noah will then kick pass the ball as high as the ball is. Noah will kick the pass. Davis will kick the field goal from that line. $250. All right, Caleb, here we go. Let's start with the play. Plus territory. Doesn't take the bounce we needed. We're back around the 45. Got to channel Kevin Butler here. Davis with the kick. That's a great try. Thank you guys for participating. You're not going away empty-handed. Thank you for playing the punt, pass, and kick challenge. And our contestants today were Caleb, Noah, and Davis.
Keep your seats, everyone. The Redcoats are coming. Best known today as the title track of the 1999 ABBA Jukebox musical, this single has inspired blockbuster films and countless sing-alongs around the world. Not only contributed to ABBA's status as global icons, but also helped establish Sweden's remarkable role in shaping popular music worldwide.
Stiff in the northwest corner of the Sanford Stadium end zone. You heard Coach Smart right before we took the break. He was talking to DJ Shockley, talking about the gusts down on the field up to 20 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour. And we all looked out at the flagpole and didn't see the flag moving quite that much, and now there it is.
Redcoat Band, ladies and gentlemen. The Redcoat Band is under the direction of Brett Buckham, Neo Fanas, and Marcus Morris. Director of Bands is Nicholas Williams. Associate Director is Jack Eady. Wind arrangements are by Tom Wallace. Percussion scoring by John Seibert. Your announcer is Tom Jackson. We'll see you September 5th.
Hey, Dog fans, do you want more access to the Bulldog games you love? Scan the QR code now to join Glory Glory for exclusive content, events, and merchandise.
Team teeing it up on the 35. They'll kick it away from right to left to get us started. And the red has all the points so far. If you're keeping tabs at home, 17-0 is our score. Josh Brock, DJ Shockley, Neil Williamson, Chris Schiavone, Adam Gillespie, Talik Pratt. Gang's all here, or at least most of it is all here for G-Day today. Glad to have you along. G-Day presented by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. Josh, let me ask you, how much is Georgia showing today? Since this game is streaming, there are actual pictures of it. You know, I mean, how heavy into the playbook are these guys running stuff today?
Not very. We are scratching the surface of probably, I'd say, up to 2/3 maybe of our position groupings, and trying to get those guys good work out of those sets.
Woodring to kick it off high into the wind, returned by Craig Dandridge as he angles towards from the near sideline towards the near hash mark. He's jammed up at around the 25-yard line. They'll spot the ball. The black offense will go to work here, and we go down to Shock on the field. DJ.
Hey guys, got a little clock update. I'm sure everybody would love to hear about what's going to happen here in the second half. Just found out the third quarter, 15 minutes, of course, all running clock. In the fourth quarter, we will have a 12-minute running clock, except for the last 2 minutes. So it's going to get going here in a little bit. So that's where we're at.
Pick up the pace. All right, Shock, thanks for that. They spot the ball on the 35-yard line for the black team. Hezekiah Millender in at quarterback. They run a little touch pass to the motion man, Jeremy Bell, to the right side. He kind of bobbled it up high as Bell went in motion in front of the quarterback, and as soon as it touches Millender's hands, he's pushing it back to the motion man Bell, and he's going to be stopped on the right side of the field at the 36-yard line. Nick Abrams, who's made a lot of tackles today, the freshman linebacker from Baltimore, makes another one there after about a 2-yard gain. Jay Lamar in the backfield with Millender. He'll sling it out again. The quarterback will to Jeremy Bell near the sideline, and between the numbers and the boundary, he's going to be stopped at the 47-yard line by Todd Robinson, who had that interception near the end of the first half.
Pro throw with a good block, springing him for a few extra yardage.
1st and 10 for the black offense. They're moving. Here's the handoff going to Lamar, the freshman running back, trying to angle to his left, gets near midfield and jab steps right and left, and then the red defense plows right through him at the 50. Lamar, 5'11" freshman from Moultrie, Georgia. Tackled by Jamarly Riddle, one of the safeties, Jalen Morgan and Elijah Littlejohn. A lot of new names to work with this Georgia team this year. Nearly 40 new players coming on the roster between the mid-year enrollees and the transfers. Millender going to be sacked. He hesitated in the pocket. He got pressure from
Kamari Brooks.
He's a local product from North Oconee High School in Bogart, and gets the sack, the touchdown of the quarterback. They just tag him down, got the sack, and they'll spot the ball back at the 44-yard line now for the black team, and they put him behind the sticks on this play. 3rd and 13. Snap back to Millender. And the throw downfield is caught, plucked right out of the air by Fogel. Braden Fogel, freshman tight end, another one. Big 6'4", 250-pounder, just plucked it right out of the sky and then kept running before they get him down at the red 24-yard line.
Really good contested catch, but also I love what I saw there from Millender. Put his foot in the ground and delivered a strike down the middle of the field. Great throw.
Black offense ready to go up on the 24, moving to our right, looking for their first points of the afternoon. Handoff to Lamar, bounces outside. He's grabbed at the 20. Near the sideline by, let's see who that was. Was that Jordan Smith? Yes, Jordan Smith, 28, a freshman defensive back.
Kamari Brooks pursuing all the way over there too on the far side.
Ball on the 19 now, second down and 5 for the Black. Put Prothro in the slot and throw to him. Nope, it's caught by Taylor behind Prothro. They were right in line with each other. Looked like Prothro was upset that he missed the catch, and then number 47 was about 5 yards behind him, and Will Taylor made the grab on the sideline at the 12-yard line.
That route tree looked like a comedy sketch. The Black team offense got extremely lucky. Will Taylor was in the right spot.
They lined them all up. As they like to say, the planets aligned, and when he missed Prothro, Taylor was right there to bail him out. 1st and 10 for the Black offense. Handoff Bo Walker, and he'll go down at the 10 as he runs to the right. As he got away from the first wave in the backfield. One of the big linemen. It's not Calhoun. Well, it was Calhoun that he was running behind on the right side. Daniel Calhoun getting up off the ground. And the Red defense able to get Walker on the turf at the 10.
Elijah Littlejohn again, just Littlejohn all over the field today.
He and Abrams have had a good scrimmage. Millender talking to his offense now. Play clock down to 5. Now they shift the tight end to the right. Play clock at 1. At 0, they snap it right on the mark and hand it off to Lamar. He's got a hole on the right edge at right tackle. And down to the 1. Didn't break the plane, but he's inside the 1-yard line. Nice job. Todd Robinson made the stop, pulling him down shy of the goal line. But Jay Lamar, the freshman from Moultrie, Georgia, getting some carries here in this series.
Boy, good ball handling too that time by Millender. He drew the eyes of the middle of that Georgia Red defense. Thank goodness Todd Robinson was there for the Red team. Otherwise, Lamar was in.
Bo Walker in the backfield now. On the 1, goal to go. Play fake. Millender going to keep it and roll in wide open. Just sprints right into the end zone untouched for the touchdown. Hezekiah very excited to celebrate with his offensive unit under the goal post down to the right end zone. And the Black team is on the scoreboard.
Yeah, good job ball handling again. Looked like a similar play, read option. And of course, the previous play, the hole was there also too, but he chose to give it to Lamar. And that time chose to keep it for himself. And Scott, I think me, you, Hondo, Road Dog, Shivani, we could have run shoulder to shoulder in the end zone with that big old hole.
Inside a bus, long ways. It was a huge hole, which makes sense as to why the quarterback kept it there. Yeah, no threat of getting walloped. Extra point is good for the Black team. And that makes it 17-7.
Well, the Black team, Coach Smart said going into halftime that the Black team needed to get things going offensively. That drive certainly did that. We saw some good throws. We saw some good catches. Millender looked very comfortable calling the shots at quarterback, Scott.
Yes, he did. Made some good throws. Had a really nice catch by, what was that, Fogel that caught that ball?
Fogel down the middle, and then, of course, good luck that Prothro didn't touch it, and Will Taylor caught it.
Ryan Montgomery, the quarterback for the Red offense now on this possession. And he'll throw on 1st down. His pass is short and off the fingertips of Wiley. I don't know if you can say he dropped that. No, he didn't catch that. I know that was down. Pass was down below his knees. He did not go to the turf to try to catch it, but he reached down to try to catch it, unable to do so. Incomplete.
Yeah, timing out route there. That ball needs to be delivered better by Ryan, and he knows it. Or sorry, Ryan Montgomery.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Montgomery throws opposite way this time to Wiley, and he goes up high to catch this one at the 50. Black defense trying to rip it out of his hands on the sideline, unable to do so. Jonte Gilbert gets the stop, but a nice throw and catch by Montgomery and Wiley up to the 49-yard line, actually 26 yards on the throw and the catch.
Yeah, there's your good down the field to the boundary contested catch. You had good coverage by Jonte Gilbert. Just better offense by CJ.
Tight end in motion to the near side. That's eye candy. Dowdle hurdles a man at the 45, still running down the far sideline. And Dante Dowdle tripped up out of bounds far side of the field at the 21-yard line. He hurdled Zion Branch near midfield and then was tackled downfield by the other safety, KJ Bolden. But nice run by Dowdle. Got up in the air and over a defender to keep that play alive.
That next film session is going to be a heck of a lot of fun when that play gets put up on the screen when everybody's in there.
28-yard run. They'll be talking about it for a while, maybe.
Of course, you did see Dante Dowdle jump over many people last year when he was playing for Kentucky. He was trying to run through people most of the time.
That's right. Running away from them. Try an end around here with Dandridge, who's got some speed, unable to get to the corner, however. Defended well by Braylon Conley on the near side. The transfer from Southern Cal cornerback makes the stop at the 19-yard line. 2-yard gain for the Red offense.
From Conley today, we've seen good coverage. We've seen very physical one-on-one tackles in open field. And he just seems like he's a good get out of the transfer portal this year.
Ryan Montgomery goes under center this time. Offensive line overloaded to the left. Stretch handoff. Ooh, clobbered. Bowens just got blown up by the linebacker Justin Williams in the backfield at the 20. Lost a yard plus a foot or so. Chauncey Bowens, clean handoff, and all the blocking was on the left side of the line of scrimmage, and that's where the tackle came from too.
Yeah, it was a perfectly timed run blitz, and also two perfectly timed mental break there, running past Color, not getting that block.
3rd and 9 for the Red offense. Montgomery to throw out of the shotgun, hangs it up for the far sideline in the end zone, and incomplete. Isaiah Canyon was the guy they were trying to get the ball to. Jonte Gilbert had him covered up pretty good, and the ball lands just to the right of the right sideline in the end zone on the far side of the field. Incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down and 9.
Man, I bet those Pascal situations, those 7-on-7 practices, those periods this spring have just absolutely been something to behold. Man, you see these receivers, super talented, good talented quarterbacks, and cornerback play's been on point with their coverage today.
Peyton Woodring will try field goal from the near hash on the 28, a 38-yard try with a little bit of an angle, and he'll put it up and through as he usually does. A field goal for the Red offense, and it's 20-7, and we've got a timeout with 5:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. So the Red team with 3 more, 20-7, Red leading the Black. G-Day in Athens, and we're back after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
University of Georgia Athletic Association thanks today's game sponsor, Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. Thank you to Piedmont Healthcare for its support of Georgia athletics. Coca-Cola is a proud sponsor of UGA athletics. Be sure to stop by one of the Sanford Stadium concession stands and pick up your souvenir cup of Coca-Cola. Game day deserves the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar, because fan work is thirsty work. Hey, Dog fans, you want more access to the Bulldog teams you love? Scan the QR code now to join Glory Glory for exclusive content, events, and merchandise. Coulter's pass. It's complete to Jackson St. Clair.
Green to the right on first down to Jackson St. Clair, and he was tackled by Jordan Smith after a short gain. Actually lost yardage on the play, excuse me, from the 30 back to the 27. They did not start at the 25. They started at the 30. Jake Bobo is the quarterback now, the son of the offensive coordinator and the brother of Drew, who is not playing today. Now he'll hustle out to the far side as he throws downfield and completes the pass up to the 39-yard line. Now Coulter again going to come in at quarterback. So Jake Bobo was in at quarterback for one play. Came in and made that pass completion downfield to set up third. And what is it? Third and a yard to go. Now again, play fake. No, he's going to hand it off. And Georgia will run it. Bounce outside to the left. That's Micah Bell carrying the football. And he's slung out of bounds at the 45. Picked up the first down, but there was a flag thrown on the play.
You're going to have holding on the backside. The offensive
There's no
line.
flag on the play for holding. Results plays a first down.
There was, but Kirby, you heard Kirby Smart go, no flag, no flag, no flag.
Yeah, so they're going to move it up. They're going to take the run and disregard the flag. The officials won't, but the head coach will. So they'll put the ball down on the 45-yard line for the Black offense and keep on chugging. 4 minutes to go in the quarter. Coulter again, 6'3", redshirt sophomore from Perry, Georgia, is in at quarterback for the Black team right now. We're going to run it again with the Black, and this is Jay Lamar, the freshman running back who had some carries in the first half. London Seymour and A.J. Lunnan on the stop after a short gain. Dragged him to the turf shy of midfield. Ball's on the 47-yard line. Second down and 8.
Scott, we got an entry for the college football name of the year in playing center for Georgia at the moment. Walt Claire Flynn Jr.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. He transferred to Georgia last season. As Ginn will throw. Spinning effort made by Thomas Blackshear on the right sideline, off his left hand and incomplete. Blackshear, redshirt freshman from Savannah, unable to make the one-handed grab on the near sideline.
Ginn absolutely had some juice on that ball down the field to the boundary.
Flynn, who Josh was just mentioning at center, is from Grayson, Georgia, but started his college career at Central Florida and then transferred back to his home state. He'll snap it back to Coulter again. They work out of the shotgun. Micah Bell in at running back off to the quarterback's right. Pressure up the middle. The play continues, and Ginn is intercepted by the Red defense at the 37-38-yard line by Blake Stewart, a freshman from Atlanta, right in front of the friendly bench for the Red. And they're celebrating right now on the near sideline.
Yeah, you had Valdon Sohn in the backfield in Ginn's face, forcing that overthrow.
Montgomery had an overthrown pick in the first half, picked off by Todd Robinson, and now Coulter again with an interception, and Stewart the recipient of that ball. So the Red offense onto the field quickly at the 40-yard line. 20-7 is the score. The Red with 20, the Black with 7, and the Red getting the ball back once again. Ryan Puglisi in at quarterback, and Dowdle in the backfield. Play fake. Puglisi's got time to throw. He'll step back and launch it deep down the middle of the field, and it's broken up at the 15-yard line, trying to get it to Wiley. And it was batted away by Maurice Hayes, a redshirt sophomore defensive back from Perry, Georgia, who Josh made a nice play coming over and reaching there and swatting that ball away.
Yeah, great speed to catch up there, but also too, I felt like CJ kind of gave up on that just a little bit underthrown from Puglisi, but that gave Maurice time to get back in there and get that ball batted away.
Yeah, you got to go get it. You can't just let it plop down into your hands. Dowdle with the carry, looking for running room on the near side, and not much of it there as the Dogs jam it up with Big Q Johnson the Black defense. And the line of scrimmage now the 42-yard line, it looks like. 3rd down and 9. Just a little more than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. And then they'll shorten the 4th quarter on time. According to what Shock told us earlier, they'll shorten the quarter and play with a running clock for the most part until we get to the final couple of minutes. Puglisi throws it over the middle, crossing route. Wiley off his hands, and Wiley wants to talk to Puglisi as to what happened. Maybe some miscommunication there. The pass is incomplete.
He did have some decent pass rush, but I felt like he had a pretty good pocket to stay. Oh, no, he didn't. He had a Black defender right in his face right as he was getting ready to let loose. It was borderline, real close to a sack.
Sack. I got a sack, Coach. Let's go down to Shock on the sidelines, DJ.
Hey, fellas, a couple things to look for in those last couple plays from Puglisi. You guys were talking about the play to CJ here. I was standing here on about the 25-yard line, and CJ did a great job of getting on top of him, and he had him beat by a couple yards. Puglisi has to throw it out there. He threw it too far inside, so it made it look like, you know, CJ was trying to fight back to it, but it was actually not the best of passes, which helped the DB, but he had to throw that football out there. And then on the crossing routes, the guys have to be in sync, and this is what playing in these game actions kind of feels like. You got to have those feelings. Is, you know, they literally are talking about it right now as they're coming off, and he's talking about, I saw you running, so I thought it was going to be man to keep going, but then CJ thought he was going to sit down. So these are things that they work through in these game-like simulated situation that's going to help you come to fall, get this stuff out.
And Shock, as a quarterback too, you got a defender bearing down on you, so that read, when you read it, you better hope your receiver's reading it the same way you are.
Absolutely.
Bryson Beaver, excuse me, is the new quarterback for the Black team, and he launches one downfield, is caught by Will Taylor. Pick up a big chunk of yards down to the 30 of the red team. So Beaver comes in and throws his first pass of the game, and it's a big completion downfield.
Will Taylor splits 2 defenders too and breaks those tackles.
Snap of the ball is blown dead because that's the end of the 3rd quarter. So a timeout as we go to the 4th quarter. Beaver coming in and making a splash in his first play at quarterback for the Black offense. It's 20-7. Red team leading the Black as we go to the 4th quarter. 12 minutes on the clock, and we're back after this timeout on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Walker carries.
Quarter G-Day, the Bulldogs Football Radio Network is brought to you by Georgia Power. We're here for the win. Georgia Power is here for you. And the Black team at the 30-yard line of the red now will run it with Bo Walker for a 1-yard gain to the 29. Now the Black moving to the west end zone, right to left. Bryson Beaver, the quarterback, fakes the pitch and then throws it out in the left flat, and it is caught by Jay Lamar. a freshman from Moultrie, and he's hit going out of bounds by Darren Ikenabon, one of the outside linebackers from Hillside, New Jersey, and they knock him out of bounds at the 25. Gain is 4. Beaver enrolled briefly at Oregon before transferring to Georgia. He's from California, and he's in the thick of a battle for quarterbacking spots at Georgia. There's a lot of quarterbacks on the roster this year, and they're all getting snaps. Beaver's throw into the right corner is incomplete. Trying to go to Thomas Blackshear, ran out of space in the right corner of the end zone, and there's a flag down near the goal line on the far side of the field.
Caden Harris got a little too handsy on the far side. This is either pass interference or holding. One of the two.
They're going to accept
pass interference. Defense, number 18, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, they're going to take it.
Kirby will take this one. And they'll put it on the 10-yard line, put the ball down on the 10. The black team only has 7 points today, looking for more here in this possession. 20-7 is the score, with the red team out front. Peyton Woodring with a couple of field goals today. Bless you. Bryson Beaver in at quarterback, takes the snap out of the shotgun, tosses it to Lamar, short side of the field, and runs out of room at the 10 as they chase him out on this near sideline. Todd Robinson is the guy that chased him out of bounds. And Lamar will head to the sideline. Bo Walker comes back in at running back for the black offense.
Too many red shirts, not enough blockers over there, but also too got to give your running back a chance, get that first block at least to let him try to make a move and get some more yards.
What's the advantage of running that play to the short side of the field?
I mean, you can catch them off balance. Like, I mean, if you get that first block, you give your guy an opportunity to go.
Here's Beaver moving in the pocket. He throws a touchdown pass in the back line to Blackshear. Yeah, but they're going to say it was a sack.
Third down.
Well, that's funny. I'm surprised Kamari Brooks there with the sack, but I'm surprised that they're not letting that, because Kirby said right going to halftime, he said, I want to see a quarterback make a play. Beaver just made a play. He ducked the pressure in the middle of the pocket and got outside of the pocket and made him miss once as we're watching the replay, and then finds a guy at the end in the back line of the end zone, just running it all the way across. Good play by Beaver, but yeah, it was technically a sack. Actually, he probably would have been carted off the field. He would have been hit real hard by the defensive lineman.
That was like a Sunday revival. He had hands on him, so they call it down. Oh, Beaver avoids a tackle at the 11. They're going to blow the whistle there too. Elijah Littlejohn was in the neighborhood, but again, the quarterbacks are off limits as far as hits are concerned. And Beaver just ran around number 35, Littlejohn, but he gets credit for a stop at the 10. And now he will exit with the rest of the offense, and they'll bring on the field goal unit and try a field goal, apparently, with Haran Zurakat, the freshman place kicker from Pittsburgh. From the 18 is where they'll spot the ball. 28-yard try near hash. Kicking left, the wind blowing in his face. The net behind the goalpost is moving in his direction, and the flags are moving pretty steadily along the flagpole in the northwest corner. Here's Zurakat's kick, and it's up and good. And the freshman converts a field goal for the black team to make it 20-10. 11:20 to play here in the fourth quarter. So the kickers are getting some good work today. Woodring has a couple of field goals, and Zurakat has his first.
They've been on point, but we're used to that. We've gotten spoiled with that over the years, you know. Great place kicking.
And you hope that can continue, certainly in our punting game. I think that might be an area that's, I don't want to say overlooked, but it's just not talked about a whole lot with Brett Thorson going away and having to transition. But Drew Miller expected to do really good things at that position. Throw to Riddell is caught as he leaps in the air at the 38. He's hit there, but he keeps his feet and keeps on running at the 40. Well, they're going to spot him down right there finally. Middle of the field on the near hash, actually.
It was great blitz pickup that time by Dontrell Glover, too, picking up the free runner, giving Puglisi that last second to deliver the football.
Ryan with another completion to Riddell. He'll throw it on an angle, a quick slant from the left side to Wiley, and that's off his fingertips, off his hands at the 45 and incomplete. Wiley and Puglisi not 100% on the same page here this afternoon.
That was that evil D word, Scott.
Which is?
Rhymes with pop.
I guess I went the long way of saying not on the same page.
That's right. No, you went the right way.
I used a lot more words than I needed to.
No, you're good. That's perfect. We don't like saying it either.
Puglisi with a play fake, bounces in the pocket, throws, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Big Josh Horton at 6'4". Miami transfer from a couple of seasons ago. Batted it down at the line, incomplete.
Josh with a very good day today. He's played well. He's pushed the pocket when he needs to. He's held firm in the run game, but then I believe that's his second batted pass today for him.
Clock moving at 9:48. Running clock here in the fourth quarter. Dante Dowdle hustles into the backfield. Puglisi says a word to him. Now takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, and will throw on the run on the left side of the field. It's caught on the sideline by Talon Taylor. Pulls away from the defender and picks up more yards. Down to the black 35, but hang on, there's a flag back on this end.
Illegal forward pass. Offense, number 12. Passer was beyond the line of scrimmage when he released the ball. Loss of down. 5 yards from the spot of the foul. Loss of down. Fourth down.
That was so close. Puglisi doing a great job stepping up in the pocket and then trying to get east-west, or for us, north-south, the way the field's positioned to get toward the sideline to not go across, but he barely was about a half yard across that line of scrimmage.
So the red team will punt it instead on the penalty on Puglisi. With 9:13 remaining in G-Day. High hanging punt again, and this one will come down at the 20-yard line. A fair catch. Will Register has punted it well today. Freshman from Irwinton. He's really got some hang time going here this afternoon. I'm not sure if the wind is helping him out, because the wind is blowing in. He had the wind to his back on that kid.
I mean, he's punted that direction pretty much the entire time. But as you said, Scott, I mean, great hang time for him. He allows that punt team to get down there and get good coverage.
That was a 45-yard kick and no return. Nice job. 1st and 10 for the black offense on their 30. 20-10, red team leading the black this afternoon, and Beavers back in at quarterback. True freshman, didn't stay at Oregon long, was briefly enrolled there, as we said, and then transferred to Georgia. He'll throw it out in the right flat, and it's caught by the running back Jay Lamar, the freshman, and he's quickly chased out of bounds after a short gain up close to the 34-yard line. Todd Robinson, another stop by the Georgia defender, redshirt freshman from Valdosta. Gain was 3, 2nd down and 7 for the black offense. They run Dallas Dickerson in motion, a freshman receiver. Beaver with a pump fake. He rotates, throws downfield, overshoots his target. Prothro, who was leaping at the 45-yard line, tried to come down with that ball a little too high for his reach, and it's incomplete.
Good protection from your offensive line. Good progression from Beaver there, using his eyes really, really well, finding that receiver coming across the middle of the field. Just as you said, Scott, throw it just a little bit high. But honestly, if you throw it a little bit high to Caden Prothro, that's really high.
That is. He's got some size. Yeah, you mentioned Beaver going through his progressions there. He had a nice turn of his body, pump faked with his shoulder and everything, and then he repositioned himself to throw downfield. Didn't complete the pass, but the footwork and all the mechanics in the backfield seemed to be working properly. There's another incompletion. Trying to go to Will Taylor. from Milton, Georgia.
Well, and you got to have a lot of respect for a guy that comes from the West Coast, goes to Oregon first, and like you said, not there very long. A couple of things transpired in their quarterback room too. Their guy didn't go to the NFL, and another guy comes in from another Power 5 school, and then you decide to come all the way across country to this program to get better. Man, respect to that guy. Coming here and compete, that's awesome.
And as we mentioned, there's a lot of competition going on in the quarterback room this year. I mean, it's kind of unusual to have 7 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a number that you normally have on your roster.
I wouldn't think so. But then again, that's a testament too to the coaching that they receive here from Coach Bobo and all the other guys. I mean, there's just they want to come here and they want to learn, compete, and get better.
Ryan Montgomery, another one of those quarterbacks, back in on the offense. A pump fake for a nice one-handed catch on the near sideline. Is that Heinrich? Zion Branch, Colton Heinrich, another tight end hybrid, redshirt sophomore at 6'4", reached out in full stride with one hand and caught it. And he was finally tackled by Zion Branch deep in black territory down around the 27-yard line. Man, that might be the play of the game so far. Montgomery goes for the end zone, far corner, and another catch inside the 5 this time, and that's Landon Roldan, who tumbled to the turf, went in the air, brought it down at the 4-yard line. They got it up and over the defender on that side of the field, who I think was Maurice Hayes. But the red team striking quickly here. Montgomery, handoff this time, runs into the pile on an angle from left to right. And that is Dante Dowdle, and he's stopped by the linebacker Crua, A.J. Crua. Red team ready to go inside the 5. Run it to Dowdle again, and this time he plows in for a touchdown. Just straight ahead power running between the hash marks.
Right up the middle, Smart running behind Cortez and Dontrell Glover. I think I'd trust running behind those guys also. Quick fire drill too. Didn't get it in on the previous play. Get back up, get the ball snapped. Let's run it again. Catch the defense. Nap it just a little bit.
And 2 really nice throws and tremendous catches on that possession.
Absolutely.
One by Colton Heinrich and another by Landon Roldan. 53 yards to Heinrich, and then another 23 to Roldan to get it inside the 5 before Dowdle scores on a short plunge to give the Red 26, and now the extra point gives them 27. 27-10 with 6:17 to go.
Scott, I believe you just said something about a deep quarterback room. Ryan Montgomery shows you again. Right now he's your 3rd-string quarterback and shows you 2 really nicely thrown footballs down the field, but also 2 all day. Done a pretty good job moving the offense when he's had the opportunity to be out there.
Montgomery is a combined, he's quarterback for the red and the black today. He is a combined 10 for 15 for 134 yards. Good work on that possession as we go down to Shock on the sidelines. DJ.
Yeah, and it's been the talk of this spring about Montgomery and how he's played, and he's getting more comfortable after tearing the ACL. So it's so fun to see the battle come off in this summer. And, you know, we've seen Ryan make a couple plays throughout this game that you're like, okay, I don't know what's going on there, but you see some really solid decision making from Montgomery. So it's going to be fun to see how this all shakes out. They say Puglisi still has the upper hand right now, but Montgomery is definitely gaining and playing with a high level.
First play for the black offense. Beaver finds his running back Lamar for a short throw, and he's tackled by Kamari Brooks. Now Beaver wants to throw a deep ball and over the shoulder catch, but he might be out of bounds. He is. Far side of the field, just inside the 30. Pass was completed to Thomas Blackshear, but as we said, he was out of bounds when he caught it by about a step or 2. But a good throw by Beaver, although the ball drifted on him a little bit, took Blackshear out of bounds.
Yeah, a yard or 2 wide, but other than that, really couldn't have handed him the ball any better.
A little more than 5 minutes remaining till we get around the 2-minute mark, and then the game might slow down a little bit for some 2-minute drills and some stoppages of the clock. Beaver to throw again, far across the field, and a reaching nice catch, tumbling to the turf is Caden Prothro, the freshman from Bowden, Georgia. Went up high and got it at the 40. Daniel Okonkwo, the safety, was in coverage. couldn't prevent the 6'6" Prothro from going up and getting that ball up at the 40. Black team moving quickly. Beaver going to throw it to the right side again down the line. This time on a lateral pass to Jeremy Bell. Caught near the 40 of the red team, and then downfield for a few more yards. Tackled at the 35 by Darren Ikenabon, the outside linebacker.
Well, and on that previous play too, on the deep throw from Beaver to Prothro, that shows you the ability for Prothro, 6'6", 230, big bodied guy, to be able to go up and make a play. But then again, if you're the secondary coach, it's like, hey, Tyreek, you were in great position. You were in great phase. You're 5'11", he's 6'6". That just happens sometimes.
That's just life, right?
It's a really good throw from Bryson, too. I mean, just shows you, too, his ability. And it's just an exciting thing for this quarterback room. Shock said it. I mean, these guys are just sharpening each other every day.
G-Day attendance today here at Sanford Stadium announced at 31,023. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having us tuned in along the Bulldog Sports Network this afternoon. Toss sweep to the right for the Black offense. Lamar on the carry and knocked down at the 29. Tackled down around the legs by Caden Harris. He went low. The hard charging Lamar. Harris, a freshman from Brownsville, Tennessee. 1st and 10 for the Black offense with a little more than 4 minutes remaining. Play fake. Beaver in the pocket, going to run out. They let the play continue to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Tagged him at the 5. He runs into the end zone. They're going to blow the play dead at the 6. He was tagged down. Will Taylor with a block in the end zone, but they bring it back to the 6 on the scramble by Bryson Beaver, a 6'3" freshman quarterback from Murrieta, California.
Your defensive guys are just screaming how unfair that play was.
Well, they can come up with another stop, right? Goal to go. 1st and goal on the 6. He throws it to Prothro. 2 yards deep in the end zone on the far sideline. And Prothro goes up and makes a nice touchdown catch as he falls down in the end zone.
And there it is. Sorry, Jalen Morgan. Great position. Good throw from Beaver. Just shows you the physicality of Caden Prothro, the true freshman from Bowden, just going up and making a play. And that's just, again, 6'6" is going to beat 6 feet most of the time if you put the ball in the right place. Good job by Beaver giving your receiver a chance to go make it. And again, we're calling him a receiver, but he was the #1. I may have been #1. I know he was in the top 5 for sure. Tight end prospects in the country last year as a recruit.
He's 6'6", and if you go back to a true tight end, and Elias Williams, he's 6'7", and we haven't seen Elias a whole lot today. Connor Ferguson with the point after try for the Black team, and it's good. Or no, did he miss that? 27. No, he made it. Okay, the scoreboard was a point short, but yeah, he made the extra point. 27-17.
And you got like what you see here from Bryson Beaver, Scott. I mean, just throwing the ball really, really well. He has great confidence. I mean, trust in his guys. Go make a play for me.
A lot of chin rubbing and head scratching into the offseason with the quarterback room here. You got a lot of possibilities. We're going to have a 4 or 5 quarterback rotation.
I think we should do Rock'em Sock'em Robots and see who comes out winning.
Oh, the red offense with the ball on the 25. Puglisi with a play fake and a bootleg, and he rolls to the right, and then he throws to Dowdle out of the backfield. That was the guy he had the play action to, and Dowdle hit at the 33-yard line. Justin Williams, the linebacker, on the near sideline. The gain is 8. 2nd and 2. Offense ready to go. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Pump fake Puglisi chased out of the pocket. They're going to say a sack.
Yeah, AJ Crua got within about 6 inches of touching him.
That's right. He didn't even make the touch that time, and they call it.
We're not even doing 2-hand tag out there, man. Come on.
Kirby's right there behind the play, and he was the one that instigated the whistle.
The offensive lineman, I'm sitting here being like, man, we at least got to touch him before we blow the play dead.
Kirby's kind of in the huddle talking with his offense. He took the headset off. Now he walks away, and The offense will call the play on the 25-yard line. Clock stopped for the moment at 2:44 here in the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 10 is the play call from their own 25-yard line. Puglisi claps his hands twice. They snap. He throws right sideline. Snatching the ball out of the air on the sideline at the 45 is Dandridge, but they're going to say incomplete. He was out of bounds.
Yeah, good read. Good read from Ryan there. Good placement, just a little bit wide, right? And that's just, again, something that you're going to work on. You know, I don't know how many times he's thrown that particular route to Dandridge, but they'll work on it a ton. But that's just a very good read by him. I know it, very good read. But that just shows you too, man. That's a true freshman's body control. Catching that ball wide, a yard or two out of bounds, and almost Circus puts his foot back inbounds to make that catch.
Is that more of a footwork thing by the receiver, or is that more on the quarterback's throw, just a little bit off target?
I'd defer to Shock on that one, but it just, I mean, whichever foot you feel like you can get down. But then again, you're whirling and twirling in the air as you're catching the fastball out of bounds. It's just one of those things I've always marveled at, guys being able to do that.
2:38 to go in the fourth quarter. Hezekiah Millender will quarterback the Black offense now as the ball goes over. And he'll start at the 35-yard line. He'll throw on 1st down. Pass is complete to the tight end Ethan Barbour up to what, the 41-yard line. Got 6 on that one. 2nd and 4 for the Black offense. Barbour in motion, comes to the near slot. Millender out of the shotgun will throw. Back shoulder throw and catch by Thomas Blackshear. He falls to the ground at the red 40-yard line. Jordan Smith covering for the red defense. That's a nice throw and catch by Millender and Blackshear, and a timeout. Ball's at the 42 is where they officially spotted it. 2-minute timeout here in the fourth quarter. We take the timeout? Okay. We'll take it with 2 minutes to go. 27-17. We're leading the Black on G-Day in Athens on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Piedmont, quality care changes lives.
And Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Georgia Bulldogs, and their support of Georgia Athletics. Georgia Athletics would like to thank Georgia Power, the 2026 presenting sponsor of Georgia football. Thank you for your support of Georgia Athletics. Millender's pass complete to Barbour. Out of bounds inside the 40.
Ethan Barbour with another catch from Hezekiah Millender as we come out of the 2-minute timeout. Short throw caught at the 37-yard line, tackled by Tyreek Green, freshman safety from Atlanta. 2nd down and 6 for the Black offense. They're on the red 37-yard line. Millender, nice pocket, rolls to his right and slings it to the right. It's broken up, trying to go to Lamar, the running back. It's broken up at the 35-yard line by the red defense. Didn't catch a number on the player that broke it up.
Millender, just like Beaver, using his eyes really, really well. His first option to go to first was Jeremy Bell here on the near side. Bell got a great release, but you had safety over the top, so he's like, no, I'm not throwing that ball there, and then immediately goes to the other side of the field. That's a good job from Millender.
was the guy that broke up the pass play for the defense. So with 1:51 to go, it's 3rd and 6 for the Black on the red 37. Hezekiah takes the snap. Here comes pressure, and that pass is knocked down back in his direction by Brooks. Kamari Brooks came in on a pass rush from the left side. Quarterback's right, and the freshman from Bogart able to bat the ball away at the line of scrimmage.
Folks, you've seen why he was so highly recruited out of North Oconee High School. Just a very athletic, long-ranging outside linebacker. And yet again, Georgia just finds those guys over and over and over and over, and he's going to be a good player here for us.
Good basketball player, too. Millender to throw again. Backs up in the pocket, throws it over the middle. Ooh. Almost intercepted at the 20 and then batted around a little bit off multiple fingertips, it looked like, and finally falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Ethan Barbour once again. And there was a lot of red in that backfield where that ball was ending up.
I was about to say there's confidence in your guys, and then there's maybe a little too much confidence. You had 3 Georgia defenders around Barbour. Those odds aren't going to be in your favor too often, Scott.
Yeah, he threw it into a crowd of red shirts in the secondary, definitely. And the result was as you would expect. You know, what is it? When you throw the ball, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Yeah.
And almost both things that were bad happened. One of them did. It was incomplete. And it was nearly intercepted. Ryan Montgomery will quarterback now with 1:43 to go for the red. Pump fake to the left. He'll pull it down and throw it to the left, and it's tipped again at the line of scrimmage. This one, Chris Cole, actually in the backfield. Chris Cole, the linebacker, got a hand on it, deflected it, and the ball never got to its target out in the left flat.
I just remember riding the elevator with Chris Cole in New Orleans going.
Just for fun or what?
No, we were just happened to be on the elevator at the same time, and it was just like, this guy, he's a linebacker. Yeah. Looks like a power forward in the NBA. Yeah, well put together.
The results, of that showed why on that last play. Is able to block that ball. Montgomery to throw off the hands of the target Wiley, and incomplete, and a flag down in that vicinity as well at the 38-yard line.
Offside. Defense, number 13. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Anthony Crua called for offside for the defense. 1:35 on the clock. Well, we told you the game would get a little bit slower inside of 2 minutes, and we were true to our word. 27-17 points on the board. Red leading the Black. Montgomery in at quarterback. Dowdle in the backfield to his left. And Montgomery will stand in the pocket and throw. Dandridge, the target downfield, incomplete. Covered up by Conley again. That's been a pretty good matchup today, but the pass is incomplete. Overshot him by about 5 yards.
Yeah, it really has. And that was a good job by Ryan, too. Also, you had Dowdle in the backfield doing a good job picking up the blitzer there. You really only had 2 shots at throwing the ball downfield. One to the left boundary and one to the right boundary. No one really in the middle of the field. Live to play another day.
91 seconds remaining. 3rd and 5 down in distance. Red offense from their own 42. Ryan Montgomery from Findlay, Ohio, takes the snap in the shotgun, and the right-hander fires again to Dandridge, and again incomplete on the right sideline at the 43. Conley in coverage, and it's 4th down. Braylon Conley and Dandridge have been going at it pretty good today. Conley, the transfer from USC. Is there a pipeline starting now on transfers from Southern Cal?
You know, it's funny you say that, because when you have that conversation, you look at the talent that we've gotten from there, of course, the Branch brothers, and then now Conley. And you know, once that happens and they come here and they have success and they play, they'll talk, and that funnel could easily develop.
We'll go the other way now with Beavers, the quarterback. No, is it Ginn or Beaver? It is Beaver at quarterback. He was trying to go to Dickerson, that time on the pass play. He did complete it and stopped at the 42-yard line. Black team has the ball. Beaver, the freshman, to pro throw. Pass caught near sideline at the 45. 4 more steps and out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Clock dead at 1:03, so 63 seconds to go. Black offense trying to move late here. Elijah Littlejohn makes the defensive play to get pro throw out of bounds. Ball's on the 49 of the Black. And Bryson Beaver at 6'3", the freshman from California. Pump fake, now throws in a clean pocket and picked off. Nice interception. Tyreek Green in stride, caught it and went out of bounds at the 23-yard line. The ball just a little bit overthrown. Josh, and Green came up with a nice interception.
Well, and Tyreek Green's closing speed from center field there was just kind of unreal. And that's where the freshman's like, okay, I make this throw all day long last year in high school football, but you don't have a guy like Tyreek Green just flying across. Also, too, another true freshman doing a really good job showing his ball skills. Man, he's played a really good secondary today. Been in great coverage, physical at the point of attack when he's needed to tackle the football, hands on the ball. And Coach, you heard Coach Smart talk about it all spring, and you know he wants him that ball hawk secondary. We got to get our hands on the football a lot. You heard him say that, and Tyreek's done that a bunch today.
57 seconds on the clock. Ryan Puglisi gets another crack at quarterback. A play fake and a quick throw out to the right to Tyler Williams. He breaks 1 tackle, weaves his way up between the numbers and the hash on the near side, up close to the 30. He broke away from A.J. Krua and then was stopped by the safety Rayshawn Dinkins. They spot the ball at the 29-yard line. Gain was 7. Quick snap and throw. Puglisi bounces in the pocket, now steps to his right and slings it to Dowdle. It's in and out of his hands at the 34-yard line, right in front of the red bench area. And the incompletion stops the clock with 29 seconds to go. Puglisi today for the red team is 6 of 15 for 79 yards. For the black team, 1 of 2 for 5 yards. Cortez Smith, the center, snaps it back. And a handoff to Chauncey Bowens. Haven't had a running play in a while. Stiff arm Bowens as he tries to fight for yardage on the left side. Now a late flag comes in as Bowens just jammed his hand right up into the face mask of Maurice Hayes, the cornerback over there. I'm not sure if that's the call or.
Face mask. Defense, number 16. 15 yards over to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
So you stiff arm me, I'll face mask you.
Yeah, the tie went to the runner on that. Maurice, just he's the receiver of a face mask. He's got his hand all in the face mask, but they both do. Yeah. That should have been offsetting at best, right?
That's true.
So I said tie goes to the runner. I guess the offensive guy gets the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I've never understood that. If it's a stiff arm by the offensive player, usually they let that go if it's up around the face mask, but the defensive player, it's a no-no. Puglisi's pass is complete to, no, was it incomplete or, yeah, he caught it, C.J. Wiley at the 49 of the black team. Minimal gain, only a couple of yards. 2nd and 8, 15 seconds remaining. Red team with the football on the black 49. Last few plays, unless we go into some sort of phantom overtime. Puglisi's pass to the right is tipped at the line of scrimmage, came out wobbly after it got hit at the line. May have been Horton again that got a piece of that football. 3 seconds off the clock. We've got 12 remaining in the game.
It was Horton. Got his hands up in the passing lane. Got a deflection again. 3rd one of the day.
Be a good weapon on that interior line position with that kind of size at 6'4". Got a pretty good stretch there. He's tipped a handful of passes today. Puglisi will hand off to Dowdle. It might be the last play. Not a lot of run room there. Chase Linton rides Dowdle to the turf right at midfield. The clock will hit 0, and that's going to be it. We have ended the game, G-Day, and hopefully without too many bumps and bruises. We'll catch up with Coach here. And let's go down to Shock on the field as he walks with Coach Kirby tomorrow. DJ.
Coach, obviously just getting done. Initial thoughts of what you saw from the squad today.
Much better second half for the Black. We moved the ball a little better. We got a lot of guys reps today. Proud of the finish of it and had a good spring.
We saw a lot of the young guys, especially towards the end of this, get a lot of time on task. What do you think an environment like this does for them with no coaches on the field where they can go out and perform?
Well, it's the uniforms and the butterflies we want to try to get for the guys, and that's good. It's a good start to the spring. I mean, into the spring, good chance to go to the next transition, next phase for us, which is May and summer. That's where we're moving next.
Last thing, what's your message to you guys as you get ready for this offseason?
Be safe tonight and be smart. Be your brother's keeper and take care of each other. And then we got a lot of growth. We got to grow some guys up, get some guys ready to play. We got some young players that can really help us next year. I'm excited about it.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Scott?
Shock, thanks very much. In other words, behave yourself. 27-17, the final, the red over the black here at G-Day. We'll come back and wrap it up from Sanford Stadium in Athens right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.